First of all, thank you, Pastor, for this opportunity. He called me his pastor, and I call him my pastor. And I'm very glad to say he is my pastor. I brag about you and this wonderful spiritual atmosphere.
Yeah, right.
That you don't hardly find anywhere anymore.
Right.
That's why Satan is busy.
Oh yes, oh yes.
When the spirit has a place,
Come on, God.
he fights it harder.
Oh yeah.
When the spirit has a place,
Lord, thank you, Lord.
he comes to destroy it.
You're preaching already.
Now y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
But you keep fighting for him to have
That's right.
his place.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you can feel it before you get in the door.
Right. Well.
And it's something you take home with you.
Right.
You don't leave it at the door.
Come on.
And I'm going to tell you my text in just a moment. And I tell people all the time, when I leave Good Shepherd, I know I've been to church. Amen.
Amen.
Now I'm still a crying preacher. And I'm full. Thank you.
Amen.
If you would, for just a moment, turn to St. Mark, the 4th chapter, verse 35. And I want to let you know before you start, I'm still always on a crusade for Christ.
All right. Right.
That's my theme. All of my life, I'm on a crusade for Christ. If you have those scriptures, St. Mark 4:35, let me read a few verses for you. And the same day when the evening was come, he said unto them, let us pass over unto the other side.
Right.
And when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship. And there were also with him other little ships.
Oh yes, oh yes.
And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awoke him and said unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, Peace, be still.
Oh yes, oh yes.
And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? And they feared exceedingly and said one to another, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? I want to talk to you this morning on this subject. The subject is having a successful journey.
All right.
How do you have a successful journey?
Preaching man.
What is the recipe for a successful journey?
Come on, Pastor.
That's what I want to talk about for just a few moments. The recipe for a successful journey.
Bless him, Lord. Bless him.
I want you to think about that, because This is not a group journey. It's an individual journey.
Yes, sir.
And the book of Mark is quite interesting because of its approach. It's divided within 2 parts.
All right.
And it explains Jesus very, very simply and plainly.
All right, all right.
He came to pull them away from religion and to bring them to a place of Christianity.
Come on now.
Are you going to pray with me?
Yes, sir.
He came into a time when religion was high,
Right.
but no one was being successful
Right.
in religion.
Mama.
And I want to stop by to say to the young and to the old, religion does not find success.
My.
We are called to become Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The book of Mark breaks it down to moving from one degree to another, from flesh to spirituality,
Yeah.
from carnality to spirituality.
All right.
All right.
You won't know how to have a successful journey, just stay with me.
Yeah.
The book of Mark is quite interesting because he takes up all of the great acts of Jesus Christ. Feeding hungry with fish and bread and a great following. And Jesus stops along the way, and the disciples were so enthused about the crowd at the feeding of the thousands, and said in great marvel, look at all of those that are following us. And Jesus said, don't get excited.
Yeah.
They're not here for me. They're here for the bread.
All right.
And I'm coming to move them away from bread,
All right.
even though I know they need it. But it becomes their main motive
Yeah.
for following me.
My.
Bread is needed, but it becomes their main objective.
All right.
A job, a house,
Come on, man.
a car, name it and claim it.
Come on.
You're not gonna play with me.
Oh, yeah.
Became their main objective.
All right.
Amen.
Man.
And whenever carnality takes the place of spirituality,
Yeah.
one is short term,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
the other is eternal.
Yeah.
Amen.
Man.
So Mark is quite an eye-opener because he don't want us to escape our humanity. But he tried to pull us that it does not become our focal.
All right. Yeah.
We all gonna be human.
Yeah.
We all have our needs. We all have our humanities to
Yeah,
deal with.
yeah.
And that's God-given. Are you gonna be with me?
Come on, man.
He don't want you to not be who you are.
Amen.
But he don't want you to become more than he is.
All right. All right.
The text is not even mentioned yet because there has to be some establishments
All right.
and some decisions to be made.
All right, all right.
Some people can hear and make up their mind,
Yeah.
but we know that's not flush. Flush has to see, flush has to hear,
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
flush has to feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's not spiritual. They that worship me must do it in spirit
Yes, sir.
and in truth. My joy doesn't come from what I hear.
Right.
All right.
My joy comes from what I'm experiencing.
Yeah, yeah.
I hear it, and I think that's why some people can't really enjoy it. They hear, but deep down they know they're not experiencing it.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
They hear how wonderful he is and how good he is and what he can do. But when they leave the sanctuary and all of the songs die down, they're not experiencing
Amen.
what they heard.
All right.
Are y'all gonna pray with me? The journey is to be experienced. Oh, I wish I could just hear a good song and that be the truth of my life.
All right.
But sometimes I can hear a good song, but I can't place it where it needs to be.
All right.
I'm almost done.
Take your time.
I heard a good sermon, but I can't really place it
Huh.
where it needs to be.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It sounds good. You could hit some good high notes and
Yeah.
shook up my body. I couldn't help but clap my hands, but after I left
Yeah.
the building,
Yeah.
troubles were still
Yeah.
there.
Come on. Come on.
And I'm still, for the moment I could escape it, but I had to finally come back to reality that this is a rough journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now he talks about that.
Yeah.
Talked about how he had opened up blind eyes. Said, go wash and you'll come see.
Amen.
Just read the book. He only talks about a lot of miracles,
Amen.
a lot of great happenings. All of them are true about him. He is God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he can do anything
Yeah.
but fail.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to pray with me?
Yes, sir.
So the scripture leads up to who was he actually talking to? He was talking to people who had already come to a faith in him.
All right.
Not just followers,
Amen.
but those who are already believers.
All right. There's the difference.
Are y'all gonna pray with me?
Come on.
Not those who joined the crowd, but those who had already been convinced.
Yeah.
Not that he can give bread, but that he is the Son of God.
All right.
And that was their mainstay. But yet, even though that was their mainstay, they were still babes
My.
in their belief.
All right.
Many people walk through the door this morning, they still need to grow. They're still babes. They still operate in the flesh. They still operate in what I think and what I feel and what it looks like. And I'm not quite sure where I am. I came this morning so I could kind of answer some questions about where I am. I believe him, but I'm not where I need to be. You got to be honest with yourself. They were believers. Peter was a Son of God.
Come on, come on.
Is that right? And he started to try to cover for himself. Is that right? How many times do you make up a story that you really not experiencing? And I tell you right now, God don't need you to cover for him. He don't need you to fabricate anything for him. He just wants you to let him be God and you be you. Are you agree with me today? Here. People always can feel good when they can fabricate a story. But I tell you, I can tell you some sinners can beat your story. Are you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
I know some that don't even believe in God.
All right.
Got a better story than what you got. In sickness, they got carried too.
Yeah.
Are you agree with me?
Yeah.
Let me go somewhere in a minute. Here is that God don't need you to make up anything about him. The story is already written. I didn't see it, but I believe it. I don't have to see it again. He don't have to repeat nothing for me to know
Come on.
that he is God.
Right.
Here, Peter is teaching us through Mark to tell us that he's done a lot of great things.
All right.
And people are hooked now on what he can do.
Yes, sir.
And the Spirit is moved after he's done something. But you can't get him to move if he hadn't done a thing. Come in with a testimony after I've been touched.
Yeah.
Come in with a testimony after I got a job.
Right.
Come in with a great song after I got a house. But wasn't no singing going on. Wasn't no praise going on until after
Come on, Doc. Right.
I got it.
Come on. Come on.
What about the song before you got your job? Where were the smile before you got here? Where was it when the doctor says she got about 3 more breaths to breathe? Where was the joy? I want to tell you about how to have a successful journey. Because this is from the cradle to the grave. This is not a 100-yard dash.
Yeah.
This is not a marathon. This is from the cradle
Yeah.
to the grave. And all in between is normal happening. How you gonna manage between the cradle to the grave? Because in your life, trust me, I don't care how many Bibles you got under your arm, in this world you shall have
Yeah.
some trials and some tribulation.